Hey guys, and welcome back to StarMade. This is Surge with part 2 of the Surgeguarde ship showcase. You know what? I always say that. I always say ship showcase. I meant to say station showcase. So we're going to have another look at the rest of Surgeguarde. That is this station we're looking at right now. It is effectively, it's one of my main, outposts. It's a fairly large outpost, set up to be pretty much used and maintained by several players at a time, but not necessarily where you do a lot of your work. I mean, for that I'd suppose you use a shipyard or something along those lines. I am tempted to make a shipyard station after I finish this one. I've got a little bit more to do once I'm done there, and yeah. At the end of the last episode, I did make a mention that we were going to talk about maybe some way of doing, I don't know, me setting up a Patreon or something along those lines. For the time being, guys, I've had to think about it, and it's just not going to happen until I can work out how that actually works. In the meantime, though, just give me your suggestions. If you think it's a good idea, let me know in the comments below. If you don't want to see that kind of thing, let me know. At the end of the day, I've not got a ton of subscribers, so I'm not expecting to see a lot. But I am also expecting to change up some of my formats and maybe play a few other games as well, not just StarMade. But yeah, I want to get some editing software as I really enjoy editing. I just don't currently have anything, and that'll be one of my plans for the next few weeks and or months, depending on how long it takes me. So, to get back into it, though, let's take a bit of a look here. So, last episode, we had a look at the inside of this guy, the sculpted soldier in the side of the Haven Guard, and or the Surgeguarde, as this one is called. So yeah, this is I still miss those brown lines. I gotta get back to those. So we explored. Let me just turn on my HUD real quick. We have explored inside of the head and the sculpture, even including inside of the hammer, and most of down and around in here. And we haven't explored the atrium, which we will be doing. And there's a whole lot of interior all down there, and all the way down the bottom. So we're gonna continue now by getting out of the core, and I'm gonna quickly run us back to where we left off. Let's go. So here we are back inside the main system. We better shut down the. Let's shut down Loki really quick. And he's shut. Cool. So let's open up the, there we go. And, yeah, let's go down the elevator. So, yeah, I've got a little bit more to do on this, and as I go through, you'll probably see a few empty rooms. You've already seen a few. But, yeah, as we go through here, I've already taken you down the sides. If you remember from last episode, that's where the fuel reservoir or refinery or whatever you want to call it is, as well as the access to the treasure room. And if you remember, this button here takes me up to the next level, which is just the maintenance level, sort of like getting access to the air ducts, I suppose. So yeah, this is the crew quarters. This is the main, the station's main crew's quarters. And all these little doors actually just slide upwards upon approach. And they're just a little slab stuck inside there. Got a bit of lag maybe. That one doesn't want to work for me. Does this one want to work? That one wants to work. This one wants to work. Okay, so it must have been a bit of lag. But yeah, as you can see, there's little rooms hidden in behind here. Not a lot of room, but these are for like the, I guess you'd almost call these like, non-officer sort of like less important rooms for some of the members of the station. Most of these are for roleplay. They're not actually, you know, for actual players. Players have got some rooms, which I'll show you in a moment. And yeah, let's have a look here. So what I'm going to do quickly is we're going to call the elevator. Not the elevator, rather. We're going to call the tram. And there's a little tram that travels along here, and we've just called it. Make sure I call that. I'll just press that button again. So this little door here takes us out again. to some quick access. This allows you to quickly set up the wireless. I might end up moving these wireless and all of this logic to a spot a little bit closer to where I want to put it, and that'll probably end up a lot closer to this door here. But it is just a quick and easy access so you can get in there, and this whole thing is temporary. A lot of hazard stripes you'll see on the inside of this station are temporary things, like these dividers that stop you walking into the empty shafts. So this shouldn't be too far away. I am intending to put some kind of indicator to where the tram is, probably with some sort of display module. But display modules have been causing me some troubles lately. I'm not sure why, but it causes my game to crash when messed around with for too long. So I'm not going to try and play around with those since I don't want to run into that problem right now. I'm gonna hopefully they hotfix that out, or might have to reinstall the game. So we're going to take out tram along. The door will automatically close as we progress, and we automatically enter the gravity of the tram just to make things a little bit more smooth. So as we travel along, we get a little bit of entertainment on the way. It's not a completely boring experience. You got a bit of maintenance bay there that I might adjust a little bit later and decorate. So we progress a little bit longer. We'll come by another little one here, which is a bit empty at the moment. It's just been lit up, given a bit of atmosphere. I might make that into some sort of, I'm not sure yet. If you have any suggestions what I should put in there, is it sort of I guess a time killer, or a bit of an entertainment for the trip, or a bit of a scenic tour, let me know what you think I should put in that in the comments below. So here we are, we've reached our destination. Remember to get back into gravity, as I haven't got that automated yet, and there isn't a door here just yet. So yeah, let's progress. One thing I've noticed here is a lot of these lights have all been switched off since an update. Which is a good thing, because you can see that they are activatable now, which is really cool. Light rods have been changed so that they're activatable. That kind of doesn't help me a lot, though, because a lot of this station has light rods for its lighting. And that's, as you can see, a little bit painful. I have to go and hit them all on again the entire way around. So, yeah, not a lot of fun there. Not a big problem. I can go fix that anytime, but we're not going to waste your time with that right now. So we open this door here, and we open up the main chamber, or the main interior's big bulk doors here. These are sort of there because if you take a missile right there and it breaks through, you've got an extra couple layers of protection there. And this is the main interior. In here is where you'd probably spend a lot of your time just chilling with your mates. This is where you'd have just hangouts and stuff like that. As far as playing goes, as far as roleplay goes, this is effectively the main kind of section for the most important members of the station. Each of these rooms I am gonna probably set up or keep empty, and I'll probably keep them empty and have them. Shaker had a really good idea. I don't know if it was him who did it, but it was really good at the station for a while, and at our HQ, that is, where you dock the floor as a separate entity and you give it its own module control, and then someone can come in and set it to their personal space. So you can actually have personal space in here that can only be edited by the person who controls the room. It's a nice little idea. It allows them to decorate the place without anybody coming in and messing with their stuff. I don't know whether I'll do that. I just or I'll fill these with like some meta roleplay rooms. Like, here's a really long room, and the other two rooms are quite wide. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to think about that. Over here, we have the teleporter bay for the main interior, and some gravity. Like, does go all the way around. I did that for a little bit of extra depth. Makes it look a little bit more interesting than just another room. We'll take that teleporter later. But for right now, we're gonna go down this elevator shaft again. So I don't have to call this elevator, it's already been called. This one has a door that's on rails again, so as we progress down you would have seen just then that it closed. This elevator shaft's a little more, could be left a lot more left to be desired, as you can see a lot of the logic and the hookups. Not that I'm likely to go back and change that in a hurry. I might leave that right to the end. A lot of space I could have put that rail and logic in. But yeah, so here we are in another room that's lighting needs to be fixed. So this is not the best example of my station because a lot of lighting has been shut off due to the update. which makes life a little bit difficult, especially showing off to you guys. But yes, so let's just jump around here and turn these lights on real quick so you can get a bit of a good look at this room, because it's a pretty cool room. So this is effectively some sort of, I don't know, ballroom or foyer. I'm not sure what I'm using this room for yet, but it's got a really good view outside of the station. Great big window right here. I'll probably stick some banners up in those little divided areas. Maybe those banners from the Grand Hall to have a matching theme throughout the place. And yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. I got some lights here that I probably should turn on as well. I have a feeling that it was just a server thing, but I would love to know if someone has actually run through and turned off my lights, because 1, it'd be hilarious, 2, I'd be quite upset, and 3, I would probably get some sort of revenge. So yeah, more lights that have been switched off. Again, I just think that this is the update. So around the corner here, we've come down these flight of ramps, as you can see. There's a missing block there. That's not cool. Let's just fill that up for the second. There we go. More lights that have been switched off. Not cool. But we'll just power through, guys. So in here is no. Oh no. Okay, so I need to actually put a I need to put the doors in this yet, because I don't have doors on the elevator just yet, and as you can see, they're supposed to be rail doors that open up as the elevator arrives. But yeah, so let me just put that down. So you gotta be careful with your step here at the moment, because there is a little gap that you can slide through, and you step onto the elevator. Let's turn these lights on. I'm really glad that you can turn those lights off now, because that just makes the game a little bit more interesting. So make sure you close the door behind you. Make sure you step into the gravity of the elevator. You don't want to be falling through it if the server decides to save while you're going. And let's press the button and go down. So here we are going down the elevator shaft in our external elevator, which I might at the end, or maybe after this, I'm getting pretty close to finishing up this part of the showcase. I might show you it in action from the outside, because it does actually go down the outside of the station, which is pretty cool. Right now we're going down the spine from behind, on the side of the station, and we got a nice lovely view out the side there. So we're back down, we're in the bottom half now, we're in the bottom corner, the bottom ship side corner, let's call it, because that's where the ships are docked. And yeah, once we see this little stripy thing stop, we know that we've stopped, and we can get out. Let's just, there we go, it stopped. So be careful, another little drop here, but there's nothing really stopping you there, so you're fine. So yeah, step back into the gravity of the station. I got a big empty space in here, and this is where the interior is going to start to get a little less crowded, as there's a lot that I have to do in here as far as decoration goes. But that's not honestly on my priority right now. I got a few more things to work out before I go back and do some decoration. Before I go down, actually, I want to just take you for a quick walk across this kind of like balcony. As you can see, I've got this great foyer, which is like a foyer, I guess. So again, we've got these patent banner helmet things. You got a staircase, or rather a ramp case that goes all the way around and down to the bottom. And the way to get it, as you can see, there's a little door over there. And if you haven't worked it out already, you just take this path down around the corner. And around this corner, you will get to the door we were just at. And then you can do one of two things. You can jump your way down to the bottom, but there's no roleplay value in that. So we're going to walk around. So before we go anywhere else, we're just going to quickly step into here. This is sort of a loading room. As you can see, I've been putting a little bit of work into here, and it needs to be adjusted slightly. I got a little bit more to do in here before I can turn it, before I can call it quits. Yeah, so in here I got some rail doors that have to be put in yet. But this is the catwalk that connects us to the, let's just turn these lights on. I got some connection problems. Got a bit of, wow, a lot of lag. That's a lot of lag. Hopefully I don't have to end the video here. No, hang on. Hang on, it's all just kind of spiked back. There we go. So here we go. As you can see, this is the catwalk that takes me into my dredge miner, which all the lights off are in there as well. No, this is going to be a pain having to go through all of this and turning on all the lights. Oh, man. This reminds me of a time I let my friend come and play a game, play Star Made with me, and I took him through one of my big projects at the time, which I have done a video on. That was the Motherlode mining colossal, I guess. And he just went around. He was a bit bored. I don't think he was super interested in the game, but he was having a bit of fun walking around, turning off my lights, because that's one of the few things he had worked out to do, which I didn't realize until about halfway through the tour. And yeah, that was a lot of fun going and fixing that up. I don't actually think I got them all. So good work, Sam. So yeah, so you come down to the bottom here and you can turn around the corner. I might have this door leading, I might put a door in here leading to somewhere, but right now it doesn't actually go anywhere. And yeah, so you come through here into this room, which doesn't have any interior right now. It's just a bunch of factory modules and a lot of empty space. I'll probably fill this room with something. I'm not sure what I'm going to put here. So leave in the comments below as well what you'd like to have me put in here, because that'd be really cool to get you guys feedback. I'm stuck for ideas right now. I don't want to make this a factory floor. I have a factory floor, which you guys will see shortly. I'm getting pretty close to finishing up this video, so before I continue, I might just give you guys a quick little note. I reckon that'll be it. I reckon that'll be the last little thing we look at before we take this to episode 3 rather. And yeah, so this has been Surge, and this, let me just jump into a build block real quick. Let's just recap. Ooh, what's that block doing there? Let's get rid of that. So let's just do a quick recap of what we just explored. So we just explored all of this area in here, all along here. And it didn't take very long to do, but we did explore a lot of interior, so all that's just lined up in here. So I did build this around the ring, as you can see. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but we've got a little bit more to go yet. We've explored all through down and under here. You'll notice that we didn't go into here because this is another empty room. Now, I'm going to talk about this room probably in the next part 3. And when we talk about part 3, we will discuss what's a good idea to put in there, because right now this is kind of like just empty space, a bit of a plan for some doors on either side, maybe some docks, maybe a catwalk. I don't know. Leave your comments in the section below what you think you might like to see in there, but we will discuss that in the next episode a little bit more in depth. Next episode, we should be expecting to explore the lower levels. Right now, we're just sitting above this little area in here, and we'll explore all in under here, explore the factories, explore the docking bays. We'll find our way all the way down the bottom to the perch and the shipyard, and all the way back up the top. We'll go and jump back in the atrium, and then we'll have a good sweep, and I'll give you a good talk about the rest of the station. So yeah, this has been Surge with another station showcase, episode 2 of the Surgeguarde station here on StarMade.au server. And there's Shaker with his brand new warship off in the distance. Hi, Shaker. He can't hear me because I'm recording, and he cannot hear me. So that was kind of, ooh, Project Eternal. I like that. I like the name of that. It's a very cool ship, very powerful, very foreboding. I used to be the big gun with the breaker, but I'm terrified of that thing. That's why I'm going to go and turn it into a pretty yacht. Pretty yacht. That's what I think it will become, a pretty yacht. Anyway, this has been Surge. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked the video, leave a dislike, because, yeah, that's an option. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. If you have any ideas or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. I'm always happy to hear your responses. Anyway, this is Surge shining. I said it again. Signing out.